Hey everybody, heading into the winter months, light itself is becoming more and more valuable because the sun is out less and less. As artificial light becomes the only available source of light we have, many businesses and business owners need to ask themselves the question is what is the correct amount of light for my business? As can be seen, proper light produces more productivity, increases overall health, and can even save money. Hey everybody, I'm Jacob Schmeichel, and I'm going to be telling you guys today a little bit about how to measure light in your business and how to choose the correct amount of light for your particular situation. So today we're going to be discussing an industry standard which you may or may not be aware of, which is not just light produced, as can be seen by factors like lumens and wattage, but we're going to be talking about a foot candle. And if you're not familiar with what a foot candle is, I'm going to share that with you today. So I've got my whiteboard here. A foot candle is light intensity, or as we care about it, it's light produced at actual eye level while working in a business. So we're going to describe a foot candle as light at eye level. And obviously this is very important in any sort of manufacturing, in any sort of warehousing, in any business at all, because as you're going to look at lights, you're probably familiar with other terms, as I described before, like lumens and wattage. But this foot candle right here is going to be what's most important. And many business owners aren't even aware that this is an industry standard. So you may be asking the question of what kind of foot candles would I need for my business? So for example, just to put it into perspective, a tennis court or a gymnasium, for example, would be about 50 foot candles. But your house where you're living in is probably about 10 foot candles, if that gives some perspective. So as you look around in your office or business, you may pay attention to it and realize that there's more like your house, which would be about 10, and that's actually 40 foot candles under what you're actually looking for. So the actual dictionary definition is a measurement of light intensity. 1 foot candle is defined as enough light to saturate a 1 foot square with 1 lumen of light. So that's a lot of jargon that we're not really interested in. What we are interested in is how do we achieve light levels that we're actually looking for. So the light that we're actually looking for is going to be through a term called optical efficiency. This is the term that you're going to want to inquire about when you're purchasing lights, when you're looking for lights in your business, when you're kicking around the idea of new lights. And optical efficiency can be loosely defined as how efficiently a light produces visible, usable light. So we're going to put, that's kind of a redundant definition, but how efficiently a light produces usable light at eye level. The reason that that definition is important is because many lights can use a lot of energy. There's plenty of lights out there. If you're familiar with the most popular light around the 90s and 2000s is called an 1,000 watt HID light. And if you're familiar with electrical at all, you'll know that 1,000 watts, that's a lot of power. And so you would assume that that would mean that that light puts out a lot of usable, efficient light. However, that's not the case. These lights are highly inefficient, and they really aren't giving the same amount of light that modern lights are able to. For example, an LED can put out the same amount of light or more light at the level that we're looking for it at for a quarter of the amount of wattage used, the amount of kilowatt hours used, which is what business owners are spending money on. So optical efficiency is the most important factor when shopping for a light, because that's the light we can use. That's what's going to produce foot candles. That's going to be what we're actually looking for as business owners and people that are working in manufacturing. If you're the maintenance person, then you're the one that's got to work under those lights and actually make it happen. So moving on, now that we are familiar with what a foot candle is, now that we're familiar with why we need optical efficiency, with why foot candles matter to us as people that are working under these lights 40 hours a week for however many years you've been working on it for, let's talk about the fact that proper lighting can improve overall health. So studies at the Northwestern University and many others have shown that workers with light levels at or near daylight, it shows increased mood, decrease in mental health issues like depression and anxiety. It even helps regulate healthy weight. There's all kinds of benefits to working under proper light, and it's been shown over and over and over again that working under proper lighting can improve the experience as somebody working in any of these businesses. And you know that's true when you wake up in the morning and it's gloomy and dark outside and rainy. It's not great. It's not a great way to start off your day. You can make it happen. But it's not a great way to start it off, because that light that's shining in psychologically is what's telling our brain that it's time to get going, it's time to get moving, it's time to hit the gym, whatever it is that we're doing to keep ourselves healthy. And that translates into the workplace as when we're under proper light, when we've got those happy chemicals going in our brain because the sun shines there, that increases your productivity. It helps you to be on top of whatever you're doing. It just increases everything in a business, because everybody knows that when the people in the business are happy and working where they want to be working, things go smoother. So all kinds of universities have shown time and time again that proper light increases overall productivity. So I'm going to put that under here. We're going to put proper light increases productivity. And if you're a business owner out there, or you're a maintenance person, or whoever it is that handles the lighting, you want the best lighting for your business. You want the people that are working under these lights to be pleased with the light that they're working under and to be happy about coming into work every day. And this is a fantastic way to do it. If you want to be on the front end of some of these new studies that are coming out about what it means to work in a workplace that really cares about their employees, oftentimes all you got to do is switch up your lighting, because it changes everything. It changes the mood, it changes the overall health, people will stay longer. It's been shown over and over again. And so next, I'm going to be telling you a little bit about the dollars and cents that come along with lighting. So, despite the fact that you may want to put in new lights, you may want the health benefits, you may like the idea of more working light, what's it cost? Because to run a business, we got to talk about the dollars and cents. But what I'm going to show you right here is that having proper light can actually save you money. And that sounds crazy, but I'll explain to you how it works. So, proper light saves money. I'm going to put it right here. Can't take it back now that I wrote it down. Proper light saves money. So, in the 21st century, in 2020, we have options to get out from under some of these old, dated lighting systems. I talked about 1,000-watt HIDs. If you look up at your ceiling, you're not familiar with lights, most of you watching probably know exactly what I'm talking about. For those who don't, it's the big old dome lights. You saw them in high school gyms back in the day. We also have things called T6s and T8s. If you look up and you have the long tube lights, and there's 4 or 6 in one fixture, that's a T8 or T6. Those are pulling a lot of energy. In 2020, it's the year of the LED. All of the LEDs are coming out. LEDs are kind of sweeping the market. If you look at car lots, all of a sudden there's this white light coming down instead of the yellow or yellowish light that we're used to. It's because LEDs have swept the market. Everybody's kind of realizing now that LEDs are the way to go. So as you remove these old lights, we start to get an ROI. So proper light, ROI. Everybody knows what that means, return on investment. Getting rid of old, inefficient lights in favor of new, more efficient lights is going to save you money in the long run. And even if you don't see that money within the first year, you're going to see it within a couple years. If you switch from an HID, as I'm keeping that as an example, to an LED, you can make it happen with a quarter of the light. So if you're spending $1,000 a year on lighting, which every business is spending, just far, far more than that. But just for an easy number, if you're spending $1,000, that goes down to $200. That's a workable number. That's math. 75% reduction. It's wild how much that you can save just by. So here's an actual number. I'll work it down for you. So here's that HID I was talking about. You ready? So 1,000 watts. That costs $374 per year per light. That's the actual number. $374. If you're a business that's working under one light, let me know. I'm going to come work for you because that's highly efficient. But that doesn't happen. You've got hundreds of these in any business. While a 300 watt LED, which is a very large LED, probably more than you would need. 300 watt gives the same light, if not more, likely more, depending on the quality of the LED you're buying, which we can talk about as well. A 300 watt LED would cost, and if you did the math, I'm very impressed, $93 per year. That's all you're looking at per light fixture. That's dollars and cents you can look at by updating your lighting. That's going to pay itself off in the long run by updating these lightings. Furthermore, there's all kinds of programs. It's 2020. There's a green push. You've seen it in your businesses. You've seen it in the taxes. You've seen it everywhere. There are rebates. There are tax breaks. There are grants. There's all kinds of ways to make money putting in new lightings. This isn't replacing lighting for the sake of replacing lighting. This is an investment. This is like investing in the stock market. There's a return here, guaranteed, by replacing old lightings. So if all of that doesn't have you convinced, I don't know what will, because at the end of the day, replacing your lightings, getting proper foot candles in your building, getting proper lighting at eye level to make your life easier is going to make you money as a business. And my team primarily works with businesses who are ready to take advantage of tax incentives and rebates that can eliminate most, if not all, of your LED conversion costs. Most, if not all. This could be free, and to start making money for no reason, this is a no-brainer. If you're ready to see how much you can save, follow the link in this recording and book a time to connect with me. Please, this is an amazing opportunity, and a lot of these tax rebates and incentives are through the 21st of December. Take advantage, make it make sense for your business. Reach out to us. Thank you everybody for watching, and have a fantastic rest of your day.